This new phone isn't as good on the camera, everybody. There we go. Beautiful night out here, Ash Fork, Arizona. Sun's just going down. I got my dog with me. You can't see him. That's him. There he is. But tonight I was thinking about gratitude and how I believe that a lot of people, if not most, don't understand what it is. See, when you pare human existence down to its bare essentials, we really don't need much. Somewhere out of the cold and rain, wind, we need heat, some way to move air, food and water, and other people, right? I mean, arguably, that's really about it. Comes down to it, right? So, I mean, generations before us, and I mean not long before us, a couple hundred years and back, man, a few hundred years and back, then you were lucky to have anything. I mean, anything. Everywhere was like fucked up, if you're to believe at least what they're selling you, right? But point is, seeing as though, especially since anyone listening to me is probably going to be either driving or, at home or fucking at work, fucking off or something, some safe environment, then you have to realize that we already are in abundance. You wish for more, but you wouldn't know what to do with it if it came, because you don't know what to do with what you have. See, I started looking at things differently, and I saw, the blessings in my life stood out when I looked for them. And that's the seek and you shall find part of religion, any religion, but especially Christianity, right? So I said, okay, the gurus, the spiritual and mind specialists were telling me that I had to work on gratitude. Okay, so I did, and it took a while, because you want to stop at the knee-jerk reaction, which is where we all stop at everything pretty much because of society, the way it's set up. Well, of course I'm thankful for my stuff, but still, there's always a but still, right? Fill in the blanks. Someone's fucking you here, it's awful over there. You don't have quite the boat you want, whatever it is, right? I'm not trying to make everybody sound spoiled, but in a way we are. I mean, just think of it. We live like fucking kings. Most of us have some sort of way to heat and cool our home. I mean, most of us. Henry, stop just for a second, buddy. Right? I mean, there's people now that don't have that. And back in the day, you've seen the cartoons and the old movies. Some chicks, they got a big feather or big leaf of some sort. Maybe a bunch of chicks, and they're waving it in front of some prince or some king. Well, that's air conditioning, but live. Right? Just with a heartbeat, fool. And I mean, you can go to the store, and even though prices are out of control, you can still buy stuff. I know you can still buy stuff, because if you weren't eating, then somebody's YouTube video would be the last thing you'd do. You can still get stuff. It's just ridiculous. You can't get much. I get it. I know it. What I'm saying is not to be meek and mild and basically just say, hey, let's not roll in that shit. It's ridiculous, Henry. He finds these certain flowers and he likes to roll in them. Then he comes home smelling like some fucking kind of French hooker. I don't know what the fuck it is. Come here, Henry, you fucking homo. Dude, bro, now you're all fucked up in the leaf. Stop. I gotta get you. Stop. Come here, buddy. Oh, you're not fucked up. Oh, well, I don't know how you fix that. But, Christ, no, what was I saying? We've all seen it in the old movies. Oh, yeah. So, I mean, we can get stuff that we want. Everybody can order Amazon. Most of us do. It's almost necessity where I live, but I mean, it's still nice, even if you're in a city. These kinds of things, we can just point and shoot. Now, if you think about it, okay, hold on, I'm going to switch hands here. I'm all jacked up. If you think about it, if you didn't know any better, okay, you were a child, you were 5 or 6, and you didn't know what the fuck Amazon delivery was or something. You walked in and you told your mom, hey, there's this new toy out that all the kids are getting. It's a bitchin' ass spaceship or some cool thing, right? Some kind of 4x4 truck. And can you see if you can find it? It's black and red. Okay. So mom looks on Amazon and finds the fucking thing. The kid is already thinking it's magic, right? That was just magic. Think about it. A thought formed in the kid's head, and then through language, even if it's archaic and simple, coming from a very small child, it was enough to produce the item in the mother's hands. Holy shit. I mean, step back and pretend you just don't know how that works. That's fucking crazy pants. Don't tell me magic doesn't happen, right? And then it goes further than that. The kid said, holy shit, you found it. Can we afford it? She says, yeah, this is a reasonably priced toy. He says, okay, well, what do we do? She says, wait 5 days. Wait 5 days? Yeah. Okay. And then it's there. What? This is going to distort everything the kid believes about how the world works. You had to go to a store and hope they carried it. And if they carried it, then, what was the price? And how many people want it? Is there one? Is it all fucked up? The windshield's cracked, right? Henry, let me get your fucking shit straight. Henry, stop. Let me get you straightened. All right, buddy. Right, so we have magic happening all the time, just in the transfer of ideas. Okay? Just the transfer of ideas alone is a kind of magic. Because, think about it. What if you were stranded on a desert island with somebody who didn't speak your language? And it was far away from your language, like Russian or something, like nothing similar at all. It just doesn't sound right. Or something even worse, whatever the worst one is, like Yiddish, some fucking thing, some crazy dialect of some ancient India, who knows? And so that was dead. You would have to find a way to communicate and fast. Or, kill each other. But that's not, isn't it funny how that's no one's first instinct? They're selling you lies. Yes, murderers are out there, but that's because they're manufactured by this trumped up society thing. But anyway, so you look around. Okay, maybe your rent's high or your fucking mortgage is high or whatever's going on. There's always a reason to complain, right? But literally just pretend you're supposed to have the bare minimum. I'm talking about a cave, a fucking campfire, and the cave is in a safe spot. We're talking like no saber-toothed tiger attacks in 187 days, right? It's pretty good. Okay. And now look at what you got. You just pick up the phone and get any information you want. Say hi to whomever you want that you know. Henry, you're all fucked up again. See how the leash goes right between his nuts? Right there. Look at that. Boing, boing, boing. Boing, boing, boing. He's got to love it. Henry, let me straighten you up again. That straighten up with one hand makes me nervous. This is a cool living room we found out here hiking. See, if you make a circle, there's a canopy above you, and it's 2 trees. This is one of them here. Its trunk is back there, see? And it goes all the way over here. They intersect right here. The green is the other tree. And then this tree trunk is right there. And inside here is big enough to stand up. Look, I'm standing up tall right here. Look at the canopy. It's way up there. So if I ever got caught out here in some kind of trouble or something, I was shown by the universe when Henry insisted on going this way one day, and I thought we were veering too far away from the house. I got nervous. He wouldn't stop, and we ended up in that living room. It's really neat to see. You can't see shit. Well, I'm not going after videography awards, fuckers. But so look at what you have. Take stock. Look at your family, your roommates, whatever the situation is, and say, "Oh, it could be better." But understand where you're marking better from. What have you seen that's better? Probably on TV. right? TV families, maybe, it's supposed to be this way or that way, and this is kind of funny. It's like The Simpsons, but not really. It's more like Al Bundy, fuck this guy. Right? What the fuck are we comparing it to? What do you know? You don't know shit about shit. Right? So instead of judging your current status, look at where you are, take stock in it, honest stock in it, and say, where can I start combing? Where can I start massaging? Where can I start cutting? But with no vision, you may as well just give yourself a buzz cut. You're going to keep changing your mind, and hair's going to keep disappearing. Or you're going to want it back, and it's just not going to work. Right? So the first thing to do, if you want to be thankful for what you have, is to pretend. Just pretend. No, Henry, you're walking the wrong way again. I don't want to walk over here. Let me get this. Henry, you're walking the wrong way again. Nope, you're tricking me. I know my way around here now. We live right back here. We're going back toward the house. So you've got to get in touch with your own motivations. What are your motivations? Do you just want to keep up with the Joneses? Other people live in McMansions. Even people without educations sometimes. So damn it, why can't you? Well, think about if this world is only spiritual. Now does that sound like a good decision? What are you affecting by doing that at the soul level, for you or for anyone else? Nothing. In fact, the real great people, a lot of them seem to come from very, very humble roots, humble beginnings, simple, poor even, abused even. They weren't trying to claw their way up to Rodeo Drive. They had a drive in them which took them there. It's different. Now you did get me turned around. I thought that was home. Jesus, we're far away. Here I am. You've got to find you first. And once you find you, then you know what kind of boundaries you have and what people have been doing to you your whole life by just stomping on your boundaries or making you feel bad for nothing you did. Things like that. That's not a friend and that's not a lover. That's your enemy. Now, as a person, we could say, but why? Jesus, of all the things, why would they do that? That's because it's their job. It's nothing more than a job. Completely emotionally detached from all this. Your goal is emotion death, ego death. Because most of emotion is going to stem from ego. Ego stores all your values, whether they're right or wrong. Ego stores all of your expectations, whether they're right or wrong or realistic. Ego stores all of your... It accesses your memories. It's like the pesky spyware you don't want to be there, but like Windows would be unstable without it. As if it's ever stable, right? Haha, fuck you, Bill Gates. Call me bitch. Bill Gates, the owner of the most farmland in America, and it's by a landslide. What do we think is coming? Let's just wait and see while we do nothing about our lives. Start getting grateful for what you have. Okay? Start becoming grateful for it. Look around and say, hey, I didn't really do anything, if I'm being honest, to deserve like a nice car like that or a bitchin' ass TV. Like, there are people still watching 13 inches with the fucking antenna and tinfoil on the shit because that's what the fuck someone threw out. Right? You're meek, you're mild. They're taking our scraps. And you're saying that, yes, my life is worthy of a king, yet it still isn't good enough for me. And that's because you're lying to yourself. And you need to get out of that. That's ego. Ego won't let you be thankful for anything unless it feeds your ego. Think about that. There's your loop. There's your cycle. Uninterrupted, it will do what a bicycle wheel does. Uninterrupted, it will spin and spin and spin. and you're still pedaling it because you're still feeding it, so it will continue to spin. It can only stop spinning if it encounters an interruption, right? A brake, a curb, a car, something that makes that thing go stop. There's what you need right there. All these wheels spinning in your head, there's only one wheel that should spin, not several. One wheel. That's what they mean when they're talking about alignment. Alignment will bring gratification. Gratification will bring alignment. They work hand in hand together. That's just kind of a rarity. Normally it works opposite. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I'm not Carl Jung, the man himself. I just happen to know a lot about this stuff. So what I'm saying to you is, be thankful even if you have like mild or major even health problems. Look around at what you do have, because the fact that you're still lingering, still able to do something, means something. Look, if you're able to attach bad meanings to things that happen, then you're also able to attach good meanings to them, because things that happen are neutral. Neutrality is where it's at, because fire can only contain fire, really. Ice will, right, destroy it and be destroyed by it in the process. Same with fire and ice the other way. If ice is attacked by fire, funny enough, many times it doesn't do anything. If you've seen someone try to take a torch to ice, that's not going to work. But in theory, right? Okay, the ice melts. Okay. So neither fire nor ice, i.e. anger nor good and nice, quote unquote, can contain neutrality, because they are already defined by themselves. But neutrality, what is it defined by? It's defined only by its own existence, and that it really has no other job but to be neutral. So it's very clear cut. It's not situationally or or subjectively good or bad. It is objectively nothing. So your kid walks out in the street and a fucking boulder falls on him and kills him. You can look for meaning in that all day. Maybe you find it, maybe you don't. But if you emotionally detach, you can say, oh, well, I don't know where I was going with that, but I'm not saying that the point is, I'm not saying tragedies and bad things won't happen. I'm saying how you process them is going to make it what it is or what it isn't. A boulder fell on a child. The meaning attaches when it's your child and that boulder hit your child because you weren't watching the child or whatever. And now we attach all these meanings to something that just happened. If nobody was there, nobody would have ever known it had fallen. Would have just gone boop. And, tree, forest, no one around. It's arguable if it would even make a sound. Nothing to receive it, right? It's the old adage anyway, the old riddle. But, so the point is, once you can detach enough to understand that, nope, not past that guy, buddy. Once we detach long enough to understand that things that happen aren't good or bad at all, but are inherently neutral, then we can start to understand, well, wait a minute. Then who's deciding if it's good or bad? What is that? Is that me, or is that my soul, or is that, is that my energy? Well, you didn't know there was a difference before, probably, so it's all of it, quite frankly, but not your energy. Your energy changes because your brain waves change, because now it senses a threat, now it senses something bad, now it is attached to, so now that fucks up the energy chemistry in your body. Boom, energy chemistry in your soul, whacked out of alignment. This is how sociopaths, narcissists, these kind of people work. They get in, they twist up your shit, and then they can do whatever they want. It's their playground until the person either cracks and, whatever happens, or fucking they wake up and won't take it anymore. They just move on, do it to somebody else. That's all they know how to do. Have you guys ever heard of the story? I might have said it. I don't know if I did, but the scorpion and the frog. I'll tell the quick version. So there's a scorpion down by a river, and it's raining hard. So the river had risen heavily. And that meant it couldn't cross it. Normally it can kind of just do a little floaty thing, I guess, right? And a frog comes up, and the scorpion says to him, "Hey man, I know we don't normally get along, but I'd be mighty obliged if you could get me across the river to the other side. I got shit I need to do over there really bad." Frog says, "Are you crazy? You're a scorpion. We'll get halfway across and you'll sting me." And the scorpion says, "Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Normally, probably." He says, "But you're not playing it out far enough. We would both die. I'm just trying to get to my family across the river. That makes no sense." Frog says, "Oh, yeah. Yeah. No. Okay, bitch. That's kind of cool." So he gets on his back. The frog jumps in. Halfway across the river, scorpion stings him. Good one, too. Paralyzes him. As they're going under the water, the frog says, "Why? Now we're both going to die." And the scorpion says, "Because I'm a scorpion." Right? It's a very powerful tale. It's there to tell you that if you have a partner in your life that just keeps abusing you or keeps doing something, and it's just, you know it isn't right, but you hope for change, depending on how long you've been battling that, don't hope for change anymore. It doesn't change. It can lie, and it can be sweet, and it can act, and it can maybe even have legit moments of, whatever it is you're seeking, but it won't stay. So what you've got to do is look around, start being thankful for what you do have, because an attack like this can make it seem like you have nothing. And attacks like this are going on all around you, and you don't understand them. All your bad feelings, all your low feelings, this is all cognitive dissonance, weaponized. All right? So it starts with you. If all of us did it, they have no power. And because I realize that, I have no choice but to spread this word as often and as loudly as I can, to as many people as I can. You have to wake up and understand you're dead smack in the middle of the world's biggest psyop. The biggest one they've ever seen, I'm sure. If not, it's close. It's total world domination. It's been happening. You guys are fucking stupid if you think it's anything else. So you need to start figuring out who the hell you are. Figure out what fits your narrative and what doesn't. And who fits your narrative and who doesn't. Because it's very hard to be thankful for something that is wrong for you. Or someone who is wrong for you. Especially if they are abusing you. Was Henry a good boy? He was such a good boy. Look at that faces. Oh my, Henry. Damn, 23 minutes in. I wasn't even going to do one tonight. But my headphones died. I was listening to fucking dark, fat ass fucking metal. Black Label Society shit. I got out the fence and the fucking thing started beeping at me. They only have a 6-hour battery. Henry, I bought a set of fucking 45-hour battery ones I loved. Henry ate them. So I have to keep these on top of the fridge. These were $10. They sound fantastic, but they just kind of poop out on you after a few fucking nights out, The other ones you could not remember for weeks. It's cool, right? Hour at a time, 2 hours at a time. It's not much. Got a 45-hour expectancy. But I'll wrap this shit up here. I'm not trying to set records. I just wanted you guys to understand. Look at the things in your life differently. Look at them as if they were given to you, because damn it, you can't look at what you did to get them, because you didn't do anything to get them. You think you did, but you're not following the loop down far enough, okay? You're not following the loop down far enough. Everything in your life was either granted to you or sent to you for lesson time. It's up to you to attach the good and the bad feelings to the correct ones and then do something about it. But you will never do something about it unless you're thankful for the things that are just you. Just take a moment and say, hey, I remember being 7, 10, 12, even 15, whatever, laying in the backyard, on the grass. I didn't have much worries. Just picking fucking elephants and giraffes out of the clouds, whatever, right? Now take a look at your life and say, first thing you're going to say is, who the fuck did I become? Second thing you're going to say is, it's time to reevaluate. It's time to reevaluate. And once you pare down what you're actually grateful for and what you are in excess of and what you actually need or require to move on in your direction, you start becoming very, very thankful for everything you do have. And that thankful attitude transmutes the literal fucking air around you. You are now sending off a different vibe. The universe will deliver you different things. He's thankful. Let's give him more to be thankful about. Because right now, the little cloud that goes by every so often and grants gifts based on how you feel and how you see yourself keeps passing your fucking house and saying, this guy lives in lack. He doesn't think he has enough, so we've got to keep him there. That's what his energy is saying, that he wants to. It's a loop. The universe cannot interrupt the loop. You have to. The universe can only interrupt the loop after you have told it to, commanded it to. There is no asking. You're God in this world. Start acting like it. Decide what you want, and then don't take no for an answer. Lose that little feeling inside your chest that says, I'm not him, I'm not good enough, who the fuck am I? Go deeper, go deeper. Start to care less and less about what others think, because others do the same thing. So if you're in a room full of people who care what others think, and someone on a microphone says, hey man, I've got a sore throat, can someone come up here and finish speaking? Everyone's going to look at each other. Very few are going to raise their hands. And some of the ones that raise their hands, you're not going to want to pick, because they're going to be up there trolling. They're going to be ass clowns. Right? So you can't seek for that kind of thing. They just have to step up and be who the fuck they are. And people understand that person. We all have that capability, but you're fighting what you know is right and living a life that's shit compared to what you think you should live. And I'm not just talking money either. I'm talking everything. Start being 100% thankful for whatever you have. Look up at your creator. Look in at your creator. Speak to the fucking universe like as if everyone could hear, and say, hey, I'm looking around. This is more than I thought I would actually ever have. If it breaks down, right? I mean, I saw life differently, but when it comes down to it, I have everything I need and this and that. If you cannot say that, you have problems you need to address. Nobody's going to do that for you, but you can ask for help. You can go to the divine. Bail you right out of the fucking thing. You've got to do the work, but the roadmap is provided. Why? Because you were brave enough to ask for help, open a door. Possibilities don't show up in a loop. They show up when there's interference. You have to throw interference into the spokes of the spinning wheel. It may not stop entirely, but it'll definitely change. And from change, you can look at it differently. You never notice how when a wheel's spinning fast, you can't see the spokes? Or if it spins fast enough, then you think you can see individual spokes again? It's because they're appearing at such a quick frame rate, your eye can't pick up the motion. So they appear to just kind of appear and disappear in different places, right? Maybe they'll shine weird. That's all an optical illusion, just like the rest of this shit is. You're living an optical illusion, an absolutely optical illusion, and you're stuck. Please don't be stuck. Start looking inside, asking what you really want, and mow down anybody and anything in your way. Without that, you're not going to get there. All right, you guys, take care. I'm at 2929. I'm out. I love each and every one of you. Reach out to me if you want to learn more. I know. I should be only speaking about chess. I get it. But I can't. Now that I know this stuff, I can't stop. So, buckle in, sweet pea. It's going to be a ride. Bitch.